It's the big one this weekend. This is the game where all of the league positions, form, injuries, all this sort of business goes out of the window because it's Liverpool versus Manchester United at Anfield. And yeah, there's a couple of things in this game that I just think are going to be absolutely vital for whoever is going to either win the game. Is it going to end up in another draw? I don't know how this is going to end up, but first of all, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think, or who do you think is going to come out on top in this game? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be Man United? Or is it going to be another draw? Do Manchester United get to hold the hat and throw their hat on the fact that they're the only team that had taken points off us this season? Do they still get to do that? Do they get to do it again? I absolutely hope not. I really do hope not. But there's just something about Manchester United. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. Last time we played Manchester United at Anfield, it was a 3-1 victory and Jose Mourinho got his P45 and he was sent on his way. But since then, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. Generally, started off, he was like a house on fire, right? Came against Liverpool, he got a 0-0 somehow. We weren't in a very good vein of form at that point either, but he got a 0-0. Fantastic. Then we come into this season, we're doing great. We're having, we're in a pretty damn decent, probably the best run of form we've ever been in since I've ever known it. And the only team in the league to take points off us is Manchester United. They got a draw. They went 1-0 in front in that game, and we clawed it back in the 85th minute with Adam Lallana getting on the end of a cross and puts it in the back of the net. I don't know what it is about Manchester United. Man United could be the 20th team in the league. They could have lost all their games apart from against us. And I don't know why that is. I really don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a mentality thing or I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just been one of those things, and it has been over the years as well. It's not just this year. It has been over the years. And I just certainly hope that this is a game that we can turn around and just be like, you know what? No. This is our game. This is Anfield. And we're going to take it to you as hard as we can. I was going to make this video yesterday, but I wanted to wait and see what happened in the Manchester United versus Wolves game, which Man United actually got through, but there's a couple of things in that game. Well, one thing that stands out in particular in that game that could change how Sunday is approached by Manchester United especially. Now, Manchester United and Wolves were like 0-0 for a good while in the game, from what I can tell. I came in from work, it was the second half, and it was still 0-0. They subbed on Marcus Rashford and someone else. Can't remember who that was. But they subbed him on. Juan Mata got the goal. Marcus Rashford went down injured and got took off after less than 15 minutes. Now, most of social media is obviously, Manchester United fans worried about Marcus Rashford, all this sort of business. For me, I think maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but having seen what happened with Harry Maguire a couple of weeks ago, which was, Harry Maguire has torn his hip flexor or something like that. He's torn something in his hip, he's going to be out for months, and he was back within like a couple of days. The conspiracy theorist in me believes that is a tactical injury. And I think you know where I'm going with it. They sub on Marcus Rashford. They go 1-0 up. Wolves weren't really being much of a threat throughout the game, and Wolves aren't in a great vein of form at the moment since they played Liverpool pretty much. So they've gone 1-0 up. Wolves don't look like scoring. Rashford, just hit the deck, mate. Just hit the deck. We'll take you off. We'll give you some rest ahead of Sunday. Guarantee you Marcus Rashford is in that starting lineup on Sunday. Absolutely 100% guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the injuries that Man United have all of a sudden just clear and they're ready for Sunday against Liverpool. I genuinely, that is the literal peak conspiracy theorist in me. And if we have a look, I'm going to have a look at their what their injuries are like at the moment, right? So, they currently have listed some big ones as well. They've got some big injuries by the looks of it. Luke Shaw, Marcus Rojo, Marcus Rashford, as well. Apparently it's a back injury. We'll see. Eric Bailly has been perma injured since God knows when. Pogba, who knows? Scott McTominay and Tuan Zabi is injured. Now for us, Liverpool. Now we apparently have Fabinho and Matip back in training. Naby Keita, I don't think so. I think James Milner's still out, but Lovren could also be back in the picture as well. Now, what I would put to you, Liverpool fans, like fellow Liverpool fans, if Fabinho is ready, like fit and firing, ready to go, 100%, do we start him in this game? If he's 100%, yes, absolutely 100%. Because the midfield that United can put out will not be able to cope with Fabinho, Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum. It won't be able to. And then if you could take, I don't know, say if Fabinho's not fit for this game, or he's maybe fit enough to be on the bench, they don't want to maybe risk him over a full, 90 minutes, whatever, which is understandable, then you've still got good options in the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, Adam Lallana's there as well. He's a good option to have. Still, obviously, we don't know about Naby Keita, but we've got options. And we've also got Minamino that can seemingly play anywhere from a midfield role up around the front three as well, if needed be. So we've got options there as well. And I don't think their midfield of Fred, Matic, and Pereira, or a Juan Mata, or whichever, I don't know whether they would be able to cope with our midfield, whether it's got Fabinho in it or not. If it's got Fabinho in it, then I am more, I'm more confident defensively, because he's such an important player in terms of winning the ball back, going into challenges, closing people down, moving the ball forward as well, which is a great thing that Henderson can do these days as well. His vision and passing is absolutely fantastic. And the same thing with Gini Wijnaldum, is very, very active in getting the ball back, moving it forward. So that would give me a bit more defensive solidity, though, if Fabinho's in there. He's just naturally, I think, a better defensive-minded player than anyone else in the midfield. That's why I feel that we sometimes miss him since he's been out injured. Even though we've been winning games, he is such a key character in us winning midfield battles, in my opinion. And I think I'd love to have him back in there. But if he's not ready to play 90 minutes, let's not risk him, even if it is for Manchester United. Let's, say if we're leading by half time or something like that, maybe 55, 60 minutes, maybe we can introduce Fabinho, but we certainly don't want to see an instance where, Fabinho comes back from injury, comes on the pitch and then has to go off injured. That's not something that we want to see, not something we want to risk. Now, the rest of the starting 11 for me, for Liverpool, it pretty much picks itself. Like, we don't really have to do starting 11 predictions for Liverpool, because you pretty much know what it's going to be. Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Trent, Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, if Fabinho's not ready and fit and firing to go. Otherwise, it'll be Fabinho's in there. And then the front three will be Salah, Mane, and Bobby Firmino. It would be a curveball to see him throw in Minamino from the start, and I don't think he'll do that. I think Minamino's going to get... what's the word that I'm looking for? He's going to get, drip fed into the team. Sort of like how Fabinho did when he came in. He'll get, some substitute appearances here and there, but I don't think he's going to start in games in and out every single week. I think it's just going to be one of those things. He'll get drip fed into the game and he'll start to make his presence known. Maybe by March, April, we'll start to see more of Minamino from there. How do I think Man United are going to approach this game? From games I've seen Man United play this season, they seem to want to start exceptionally quick. For about the first 10-15 minutes, they're going to try and come out, and whether they've got Marcus Rashford or not, they will probably have... let's say they haven't got Rashford, right? They'll still have Martial, Dan James, other forward players. I actually don't know who their forward players are. That's quite bad. Who did they play last night? Wolves, yeah. Let's get their starting 11 up that they had last night. Mason Greenwood, that's another lad as well to look out for. A very natural finisher by the looks of it. And that is without Marcus Rashford as well. They actually started without Rashford last night. Martial was up front, Dan James, Mason Greenwood, Juan Mata. They've got options for sure. And Juan Mata is the one that I'd be looking out for the most, because he's probably the one in that team that is the most likely to be able to pick out a pass, like from deep or as part of the final third play. He's the one that seems to be able to be the one that can find a pass at the moment. While they're missing Pogba, whatever's going on with that guy, no idea. But Juan Mata is the one that I would worry about picking a pass through the lines or over the top. He might have lost his pace. His pace might have absolutely deserted him, but he's still got an eye for goal, and he's still got a very good eye for a pass, threading a pass, whether it's through the eye of a needle, over the top, whatever. So that he would be actually probably the danger man for me, Juan Mata, if he plays, because then he makes the rest of the attacking players dangerous around him, right? Now, some people might turn around and say, you're making Man United look more of a threat than they are. This isn't Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. This isn't Man United versus, Arsenal, or Man United versus a Norwich or something like that. League positions, form, injuries, all that sort of business. I said it at the start of the video, it goes out of the window when it comes to Liverpool versus Man United. It really, really does. For whatever reason, Man United could probably field 5 players out of 11 and they'd still turn it up a little bit. They'd still probably make it quite difficult. Like, it's just how it is. So it's not a case of I'm trying to make Man United sound dangerous. They just become dangerous when they face Liverpool. That's the only thing that I'm wary of. Now, I fully believe Marcus Rashford's going to start on Sunday. And I fully believe that he's going to be there. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. Because I've seen he's done it with David De Gea before. David De Gea was meant to be out, I think, against us a while back. Might have even been the game this season. And he was meant to be out injured or something like that. And instead, he was there, ready, fit and firing. And I think he missed the next week or something. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Now, in terms of a score prediction for Liverpool versus Manchester United, I think I wouldn't be opposed to... I would take a 1-0. Everyone knows that. I've said that from the start of the season. I'd take a 1-0 against anyone. And that was our most recent result against Tottenham. That was a difficult game. And, I want to go for... I'm going to go 2-1 to Liverpool. I think it's a realistic scoreline. I think it takes into account how much Manchester United do try and turn it up when they play against Liverpool. It's just what they seem to do. They could be having the worst games, worst run of form that they've ever had, and they'll turn it up against Liverpool. It's just how it is. But I think that we can walk out of there with a 2-1 victory. I don't think it'll be a clean sheet. I'd be surprised if it's a clean sheet, but it'd be a good surprise. Obviously, I'm a fan of clean sheets. Who isn't? Everyone loves clean sheets, just like Virgil does. But yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool. I think we can win this game, definitely. I think we have to stop their attacking prowess, but also utilise ours very, very well, and hopefully, be a bit more clinical in the final third than we have been recently. And I think we can actually put this game to bed pretty early. But I think it's going to be 2-1. Could be quite an edgy game as well. But let me know what you think in the comments below. It's the big one this weekend, and it cannot... I can't wait, honestly. I really can't wait. I'm glad that it's a game that is actually being played on a day that I'm not working. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below ahead of the game, and what are your thoughts. Starting 11, does Fabinho get in? Is Marcus Rashford all of a sudden gonna make a miracle recovery ahead of Sunday? Yes. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.